So Planning Commission Board of Adjustment for Tuesday, July 1st. Roll call, please.
Sean Weldon.
Josh Young.
Gary Harris.
Dave Reese.
Stephen Timlin.
Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
We did have the public hearing, item 7A was withdrawn.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Next, to approve the meeting minutes for June 3rd, 2025. Are there any additions or deletions to those minutes?
There are none.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Next item is an open forum. Is there anyone present tonight that would like to speak towards something not on the agenda this evening? Being none, I'll move on to public hearings. I'll entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. All right, first item is conditional use permit application 020-25 to obtain a conditional use permit to establish office professional use in existing accessory structure in the central business zoning district. Subject property is located at 25545 Main Street, PID 28110-654, owner applicant R.W. Carson's LLC, Randall Weidelich. If you would come to, either you can go to the podium or the desk here. State your name. Yep. Steve, your staff report.
Thank you, Chair. So we have before us a conditional use permit application for the property at ID 28110-654, converting the use in an existing structure from an accessory structure use to an office/professional use. The structure will have plumbing introduced into it, and so coordination with Public Works Director Tom Blommer, we would be looking at one ERC connection fee for this structure to be served by the city sewer. A water meter would be one of the requirements proposed by him and can be purchased by the public or from the Public Works Department. This having no new construction proposed, a survey requirement was waived by myself and also the engineering of a stormwater plan in regards to that for this existing structure. I think the use proposed by the applicant was for that use defined in the land use table, office, business, and professional. And he is aiming for that use. So that's what I had.
Okay. Would the applicant give us a brief overview of the proposal in your application? Okay. Is that what the item 76 is that we have here?
7B, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he would like to connect a walkway from the front sidewalk patio area to the door entering the garage.
Okay.
So basically I need a drain. Not changing anything with the building.
And no new signs at this point, correct? Sure.
The meters.
So when we have a commercial use and we're connecting to city sewer, you have to have a water meter installed to monitor that usage. If ever you were to exceed the threshold assigned on the estimate by Public Works, say you all of a sudden start registering water usage that would calculate to 2 ERCs, at that point, that's when Public Works would reach out for compensation of that extra connection fee. So that's all they monitor. Okay, I can put you in touch with Tom and Mike on the existing jewelry store, right? Yeah.
So there's not one on the existing building now, a new jewelry store, a meter?
No, it predated the official
No.
control that would require it.
Got it. Because wouldn't he only need one meter then if he's,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
Yep. And I'll put you in touch with Tom if you want to install it on both of them, that would be, I think, recommended, but at this point, we would just be looking at the ask on the table for that structure.
Like just one with pickup flow for everything.
Mhm.
So allocated.
Probably be simplest. Correct. Yep.
Basically, I did drain lane.
And I had impervious slatted at 74% existing, and central business, we do allow up to the 90%. Again, if there was significant development, like an addition, expansion, things like that, we'd be looking more for those other requirements that I chose to waive, so.
so nothing should change with the stormwater, right? I mean, if it's existing structure.
We're not exacerbating or increasing any flow in regards to that.
We have no other person in the audience besides another applicant, so I'll open and close public comment. Do we have any other questions? No. I do not.
I do not.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move, that the Nisswa Planning Commission Board of Adjustment approve the conditional use permit application 020-225. According to the staff report, as submitted, and the conditions, I believe there's 3 conditions that are listed in the report.
Second,
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Thank you. That's it.
Thanks.
Next item is interim use permit application 021-25 to obtain an interim use permit for replacement of a temporary commercial structure within the central business zoning district. Subject property is located at 5476 City Hall Street, PID 28110752. Owner applicant Up North Real Estate Holdings LLC, Up North Bike Rentals LLC, Tim Wagner. Tim. You'll state your name on there. Thank you. Stephen, your fast staff report.
Thank you, Chair Young. So we have before us an interim use permit application for PID 28110752. This is an interim use for a temporary commercial structure. We had a site sketch review at our last regular meeting in June for this ask, where we reviewed the waiver of a certificate of survey requirement and the engineered stormwater management plan for this proposed structure, sized at 20 feet by 8 feet in size. This property is central business zoning district. The applicant is proposing to meet all setbacks, centrally located in the property, right adjacent to the existing structure. There's no additional signage proposed in this application. The proposed event that would terminate the IUP would be the expansion of the existing structure, and that has made its way into the potential conditions that I had on here, as well as if the property were to sell or transfer ownership and the cessation of that business as presented. So I think that pretty much sums it up. There's not going to be any electrical or water in the structure, correct?
Okay. Again, the audience is empty, so I will open and close public comment. Do we have any questions for him?
One of the, under temporary structures, it says that it's shall be allowed for a period not to exceed 90 days. Is this going to be something that's only going to be there for 3 months and then taken out, or?
Nope. I mean, you can volunteer that, but I would say that
basically just during May 1st to October 31st when we're open for our bike rentals. But it will be staying there year round.
Right. And then it does also allow for extension, if issued in writing. So if need
So it's-
be, I would,
Is he gonna have to ask for an extension, every 90 days then?
I would say in this case, no, the in writing would be the potential condition that I've placed on there, that the IEP would expire upon the expansion
Oh,
of the existing
okay.
structure.
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
et cetera.
Okay.
Yeah, any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that the City of Nisswa Planning Commission Board of Adjustment approve the interim use permit application 021-25 according to the staff report as submitted and the conditions therein.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Moving on, new business, none. Old business, none. City planners report.
Thank you, Chair Young. So we have started engaging Chris Pence further for the ordinance revision phase. I had reached out to him and got a packet item for city council to review for a bid for the work, to create a comparative analysis comparing our ordinances directly to that of, growing counties. And so I'll be rendering that to the city council on the 15th. Other than that, we had 6 permits issued since your last report, for miscellaneous things such as fences, shoreline alterations, chicken coops and residences. And I'm trying to think of anything else. The Verizon cell tower proposal was tabled by city council last meeting, so that the city attorney could further review the lease agreement that was provided by the applicant. And so that will be also coming to the July 15th meeting for city council. Other than that, that's pretty much it for my report.
Any other questions, comments? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. We are adjourned.
Almost a record meeting at that point.